Okay, San Lammens, and he had some work to do, especially once Brentford grew into the game. He made important saves before the late goal. He helped keep us ahead when Brentford were starting to threaten, and they threatened for quite a lot of that match. Jensen's strike, it was a screamer into the corner, so I'm not going to be too hard on him for that, although he could have maybe got across a little bit quicker. But it was a strong performance. He's going to get a 7.5. Okay, now right back Diego Dalot, and he was steady enough. He had one or two moments early on where Brentford got the joy down his side, but he didn't really have a disaster by any means. Not a standout performance, didn't really do anything going forward, but he was pretty solid at the back. He wasn't he wasn't a weak link, but he's getting a 6.2 for this one. Okay, left back Luke Shaw, and he had a sticky start with an early yellow card. But once he settled into the game, he made one or two really important defensive moments when Brentford were threatening. He wasn't perfect, but he gave experience on that left hand side, helped us manage some difficult spells, and there was a few of them. A 6.5. Okay, centre back and Harry Maguire was back after his suspension, and he was back with a bang. He made a huge impact. He was inches away from getting a goal himself early on. Then he keeps the corner alive for Casemiro's opener. Brentford tested him physically, but he stood up to it. He's brilliant in both boxes with his big old dome. He had a really, really good match. He scored his, he almost scored his goal. He got an assist, two shots on target, a key pass, 11 defensive actions, and most importantly, 9 out of 10 duels won. As a centre back, you want to hit your targets with passes and you want to win your duels. A really, really solid game. I'm going to give him a 7.8. Now, Aiden Heaven next to Maguire in for his second game in a row, and he had some nervy moments, but he came through the game well. Brentford made it awkward, especially when they started pushing higher up and maybe even targeting the young boy a little bit. But he made some important interventions and he didn't hide. And there was a last man tackle as well to save a shot at goal. It was a really okay performance from a young guy who's really still learning the game. I'm going to give him a 7.2. Now for Casemiro, and he was my man in the match. I think he was actually the man of the match also. He scores the opener. He dominates physically. He puts it in a kind of performance where you wonder how on earth are we going to replace this man? 23 defensive actions, 16 duels won from 18. And on top of it, he's 34 years old. How's he still managing performances like this in the Premier League, the hardest league on the planet, apparently? And he's just like, what? This is fucking easy. What are you all talking about? 22 defensive actions, even more than there was last week. Shots on target, only one on target, but he had three shots, one goal, obviously. Wins his duels, hits his passes, and he's not just playing sideways. He tries to find passes as well, over the top, in behind. Doesn't always play it safe. What a performance. 9.3. Now Kobe Mainoo in that midfield as well, and he was brilliant as well. Not as good as Casemiro, but early on, especially that run into the opening minutes, it was outrageous. Then Ahmad, he should have finished it, but he didn't. So, nothing came of it. But he carried the ball well. He gave us control in midfield, and he looked so calm, like he always does when he receives the ball in tight areas, tight spaces. Another really mature performance. Will he make a World Cup squad? Mainoo's getting an 8.3. Okay, now for a captain, Bruno. And again, he was decisive. His corner leads to the first goal. Then he carries the ball forward and plays the perfect pass into Šeško. And he didn't control every single minute of the game, but he just produced the moments that actually won the game. He was always there, always looking, always trying. Six key passes, I believe. The guy's just phenomenal. Absolutely. He's going to get an 8.7 for Bruno. Now for Amad Diallo, and he had big chances in this match, especially early on, and he has to score it. That matters. It matters big time. Early in a match like this, and you've got a chance, basically an open goal. Okay, there's a couple of defenders there, and one actually takes it off the line, but he should have buried it. But he also deserves credit because he wins the ball before the second goal, and that is a big, giant contribution. It was a mixed night for him overall. Some good energy, some good fight, but he needs that final action needs to be a lot better. I'm going to give the boy a 6 out of 10. Now for Brian Mbeumo in against his old club, and he started brightly enough, but the game kind of drifted away from him again, just like the last game and the game before that. Against the former club, I wanted a bit more. I wanted him to show them what they're missing. There were moments where he looked like he might make something happen, but not enough came off. His selection debate is always going to be a thing with him when he's in this type of form. For me, it was a bit better than last week, so he's going to get a 6.2. And then up top, we had Big Sesko, and he done exactly what we wanted from him. A chance comes, he stays calm, he shifts it onto his good foot, and he smashes it right into the back of the net, finishes it properly. He's not involved in every minute of a game, but when that big moment arrived, he took it. It was a proper striker's goal, and he was actually involved in the game apart from that as well, what did he have? He was involved a lot more than he's normally involved. I mean, he got a lot more touches. He won 7 of 11 duels, two dribbles out of 2, a key pass, and a goal. I mean, not bad at all. I'm gonna give him a 7.6.